Hello, and welcome to the Gers TV. My name's Si Leslie, and there's Jay. How's things, mate?
Mate, I'm all good. How are you?
Surprisingly, I'm actually really excited for the game tonight, to be fair. I'm really looking
Really?
forward to it.
See, I don't know. Like, I am because it's a good challenge for the team. It's probably the best team that we faced maybe all season, other than obviously Club Brugge. So it could be good to see how we've developed over the last number of months. But I'm disappointed the result last night didn't go our way, and that Olympiacos beat Ajax, and now they're above us in the coefficient points.
That's fine.
But
They still have to win the league. What will be, will be. I think the
yeah.
big one for us is we just keep winning, keep the consistency, stay positive. Anything else, it's out of our control. We can't do anything about it, mate.
Yeah, it's annoying though because this is such a difficult game, but we're on such a good winning run. So I almost feel like this is a bit of a game where you just hope that it's the performance is good, etc. Knowing full well that there's a high chance we do go on to lose this game, because if you look at what Porto need, they need a win to get into the playoffs. So they're going to be all at it, and we're not going to be. We're going to be looking at Sunday and making sure that we come out of this game without any injuries. So it's going to be a shame to and it sounds so defeatist of me, but it's going to be a shame to not have the winning run continue. Now it's just going to be all about the domestic winning run after this. But yeah, hopefully we give a good account of ourselves and we can maybe get something out of this.
Well, that's the big thing. We could still get a result. The way Rangers are playing now, I wouldn't hold anything, wouldn't hold back. There's no pressure on us. So that's one thing. He's also put out a really strong team, remember. That's probably, for what's available, that's not far off his strongest available selection. So he's clearly he wants to keep up the momentum.
So should we go through the team then?
Yeah, go for it, mate.
So the team, we've got Butland in goal. For me, looking at this, I feel like it's going to be another 3-4-2-1. So you got Max Aarons and Tav, Fernandez, Giga, Magoma. I feel like that'll be sort of like a back 3/5. And then we've got Raskin, Diamande will probably be a 2 in midfield. And then Curtis Gisamara as the number 10s, essentially behind sort of a Shemiti up top. Yeah, I feel like it's quite, it is strong. It's the strongest that we could possibly put out there. I mean, Moore's on the bench. He can come off and have an impact. You got Asgard on the bench as well. Ant-Man on the bench. So we've got options off the bench as well. So no, I think we're going to. I think for Danny Roll's sake, it's all about trying to keep that consistent level of performance. It's not going to do anyone any good if we go into this game and we get battered 4 or 5-0 because we haven't played a strong side. So I think it's just about trying to keep the players fresh, keep that consistent performance going, and try to get something.
Yeah, I mean, whatever happens tonight, it won't knock us back too far unless it was a real good doing we go. But I don't see that happening. I think we're very well organised and we're well put together now. So I think it's all about just keeping the spirits up and giving away support. There's a massive Rangers support over there tonight, giving them some joy. A wee bit inside me thinks, what if only we got Danny Rowe at the start of the season? We'd probably be playing a game like this tonight to qualify.
Yeah.
But make no mistake, Porto's a good team. They're a very hard club to beat. Very well organised. But that looks like why Danny Rowe set out the team to be hard to beat there. I think he's going to try and stop him from scoring, which will be hard. And he's got a really strong defence here. Can we catch him on the counter? Well, Curtis and both Kasama have got the pace. And Big Shermiti, we missed him at the weekend. So it's probably the best side he could put out, to be fair.
Yeah, I think so. And you just never know in these games, because they're going to be going for it, but also the pressure is going to be on them to try and qualify. If we can keep it tight and compact at the back and we don't give away any silly goals and we keep it a level game for as long as possible, they're going to start throwing more bodies at it, and then potentially we can hit them on the break and spoil the party for them. So, it is all to play for them, and we just need to do our jobs and make sure that we make it hard for them. I am really surprised that Ant-Man isn't getting any game time. I don't understand it. I don't know what's going on with him, where he's at, because clearly he's fit enough to play games for us because he's been on the bench for a number of weeks now, but he's not getting a single minute. I mean,
no idea. It's a puzzling one, because I think that if Curtis wasn't playing so well in the last few weeks, Curtis would have probably went out on loan because it looked like it was happening. I don't think that will happen now. I think Curtis has played him off the starting 11, but It is surprising we've signed a player like Ant-Man and he's no featuring at all.
It's weird though because it's not like Curtis is, scoring every time he's coming on. I mean, he's having good performances and he's really, you can tell that he's fighting for his place in the team. But Ant-Man hasn't been given the same amount of opportunity since his injury, so it's not like a case of they're both getting opportunities and Curtis is doing better. I find it a bit of a strange one. I don't know whether it's just Ant-Man in training. It's not.
Well,
It's not
that's what I was
showing
going
what
to
he needs
say.
to show. And
Maybe,
Curtis
maybe,
is. And
maybe in the training ground you'll find that Ant-Man's no pulling his weight. Possibly, but I don't want to be making rumours up because I don't know.
no.
I'm only the same as yourself. Make assumptions. It is a bit strange. But what I will say is if Ant-Man does get a chance in the next couple of weeks, he's going to have to take it. There's no more excuses for players like Ant-Man and Matondo, these kind of guys that we keep getting told they're going to come good. You don't get 3 and 4 months with Rangers, you've got to come good right away.
But I also feel like this new Rangers, this new board that we've got, they are going to be quite ruthless with it as well. Ant-Man's probably playing for his Rangers career for next season, because I can't see him leaving now. But it's like what's happening with Rothwell. He'll be out the door, no doubt about that. If you're not performing in this Rangers team, you're going to be out. So it will be interesting to see how much he does feature between now and the end of the season. I want him to come good because from the initial signs, I thought he was going to be a great signing for us, and it hasn't worked out. And I feel like that has a lot to do with the style of football that Russell Martin was playing. It didn't suit him at all, and he's just not been able to get his confidence back. I mean, he got injured though quite early on in Danny Roll's reign, I think.
The best example for him though is Shermiti. Everyone thought Shermiti had no way back, that he couldn't change my opinion. And when I say everyone, I literally mean everyone. We all agreed that Shermiti had no chance of making it with Rangers. Then last week he was out, and as soon as he was out, we missed him. So that's what Ant-Man should be looking at. He's still got a chance. It doesn't look like this board want to sell anybody. It's incredible, but it doesn't look like we're going to let anybody go on loan or sell them. So Ant-Man's got a chance. It must be what we said down to his own performances in training.
Yeah, and that's it. And we don't get to see that side of things, do we? So we just have to trust the manager that he knows what's going to be best for the side. And
everything that Danny Rose has done so far, we've all admitted it's been great. So we'll have to go with him.
It is interesting though how the bids that we've got for players. I mean, we've had some big bids for Gassama and Shamiti this window that we've turned down. We could have made a big profit on the pair of them. In a 6-month period, we're sat here the whole of the first half of the season saying we're never getting anywhere close to that 8 million for Shamiti, and now we've just turned down a 13 million pound bid for him from Fenerbahce like months later. It's absolute craziness, but it does go to show just what this club wants, the ambition it's got. We are not going to weaken ourselves this and it sounds mad to say that selling Shamiti would actually be weakening us, but we can see it now in the performances of the team. It's not about him scoring goals, it's what he does off the ball, it's how he can link with his teammates, how he holds the ball up. It's all of that play that he does that really benefits the rest of the players around him. So
there was a time around about mid-October, November, where everyone started to doubt the 49ers and the new board, the Americans. Have they got it wrong? Do they know what they're doing? Are they going to back the club? Are they going to get it right? And they've answered all our questions, all our concerns, and they've done it in a professional manner. You just have to look at other clubs. I won't name them. Their transfer business is a shambles, and Rangers are so professional. Everything's done behind closed doors. Everyone's coming in, appears to know a wee bit about the club, what their expectations are. Basically, all the mistakes that the 49ers made at the start of the season, they're not making anymore. And I'm happy to turn around and say then, when you get it wrong, we'll criticise you, but when you get it right, we're right behind you. And I'm starting to get ready to strap in for the second part of the season. Is going to be really exciting, I think.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough. Like even my nerves. I mean, I can't remember the last time I was nervous for a home game against Dundee. Do you know what I mean? Like I was the whole morning. I was just like, oh my god, like waiting for the game to come. It's like anticipation. Just not wanting to mess up because we knew how important that game was because they were both playing each other. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the second half of the season. But I think there's more to come from the players that we've got, but also the fact that we're looking at bringing new players in. I mean, Danny Roll has already said that he's got a number in his head of how many players he still wants the club to bring in. And, reports I saw today from over at Sky Germany saying that that Joel Perreault from Leeds, he's high on our list if we don't get the going at the young lad from Hunt.
Hansa Rostock.
Hansa Rostock. If we don't get
That
that boy, then
Yeah, that tells me that Rangers will have a striker by the end of the week. Whether it's Nedere, I think his name is
yeah,
Nedere. Whether it's him or not, I don't know. But we've now got a second option. These guys mean the business. I'm very confident that we're in good hands now. We'll worry about the stadium developments and things like that next season in the summer. But right now, we just need a striker. And I do believe that Danny Rowe didn't fly with the team today. He will be at the stadium tonight, but he didn't fly with the team. The story behind that was allegedly that his wife is expecting a baby, but it might be another reason apart from that. And I think it could be that he was looking to try and maybe meet up with someone regarding signing for the club. But that's just my opinion. No, I've not got any sources with that. But he will be at the game tonight, but he didn't fly with the team as far as I know.
yeah. Okay, it's interesting. Yeah, I heard that as well. So, yeah, it'll be it'll be
I heard it
interesting to
first.
see what's going on with that. So, if he is, his wife will be expecting the baby, no doubt. But whether that's the reason that he stayed behind, I'm not sure. So, potentially he is working on deals, and there's no time to waste at the minute in terms of getting them over the line because the window
And
shuts on Monday.
do you know something that suits us as well? See the new signings, none of them are playing tonight. So that gets him a chance to be training and getting ready for the weekend. We don't need to play them anyway. It's a game that we want to win, but we don't have to win it. We'd like to win it. And by the weekend, we're free. I think we might have the free players or maybe possibly a striker by then as well. So we don't have. I mean, this time last year we were talking about injuries. It was constant injuries and players out for months and coming back and going straight back out again. Now we're looking at too many strikers, too many wingers, too many defenders. But it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. And everyone's playing for their place. And if they're not good enough, they won't get it. There's no favourites in that team.
Mm-hmm. No, exactly that, and that's the way it should be. Everyone should be competing for a place. If you're not performing, you're not going to be starting, and simple as that. But it's exciting times for me. It's just it's just getting out of this game without any injuries. No injuries like the Tav, Fernandez, Magoma, Raskin, Diamande. Just get out of this game, all in good health, and back to Scotland, preparing for the game on Sunday against Hibs. Because again, that's also a massive game.
It's a massive game, but I also think the away support deserve a show tonight, and I think they deserve a performance. Some of the performances were awful in Europe this season.
Yeah, but I think that's again why he's putting out this squad that he's put out. It's a strong squad. He doesn't want to go there and just lie down. He wants to put in performance because people are paying a lot of money to go over and see the players. So there's
a lot of pace in that team. There's a lot of pace in that team.
Yeah, I feel like you can clearly see what we're trying to do with this team, and hopefully it works because it would be nice to just build on those coefficient points.
That was a really good line that you said there. One of our biggest criticisms with Russell Martin, we couldn't see what we were trying to do. How many times did we speak about it? We don't know what they're trying to do here. The players didn't know. We didn't know. I don't think the manager knew. It was a shambles, but this is a proper. It's almost like and I'm using the cliches here, but it's almost like the old term about German efficiency. This is becoming a well-oiled machine. And I'm liking it, mate. I don't want to swear yet. It's not past 9 o'clock, but I'm liking it. I'm certainly liking his approach and the way he's doing things. I like the type of players he's buying as well. He's added a bit of height and aerial ability to the team that we lacked.
Yeah, he's clearly seen what will work in this country. It's all well and good trying to break teams down, but that can be very difficult, especially towards the start of the game where obviously they're going to be full of energy and they're going to be up and at you. If you can get an advantage by being good at set pieces, for example, and breaking them down that way, you score a goal from a set piece within 15 minutes, they're going to have to come out for the rest of the game rather than the whole Russell Martin horseshoe, keep the ball and play 30, 40 passes and go absolutely nowhere with it. That's just not going to break anyone down.
I would go as far as to say the Russell Martin horse shit, to be fair.
Yeah.
The thing about it is he's very quickly learned what to do in Scottish football, win games and how to win them. That's the two things. And that's all that they had to do was, and it sounds easy, it's not easy. A lot of managers and good players have came in over the years, can't do it. But he's identified the fact that win at all costs, and you have to find a physical presence and a way to break down the low block, and he's doing that.
Yeah, he is. Long may it continue. But there's still 15 games to go in the league. I think is it 15? Yeah, I think it's 15.
I think
So
it's 14 or 15. But you need to
yeah,
remember that
15 games.
in the past, we were in a similar position and we blew it from nerves. We spoke about that the other day. However, this team's not lost a goal in the league
Yeah, at
for
home.
520 games at home.
Yeah.
So, sorry, 520 minutes games. That would be great, wouldn't it? This team's becoming very organised. This isn't like a team. One of the teams for the past is blew the league. And I just think that the more games they play and the more they win and the more clean sheets, consistency becomes habit.
Yeah, that's it. You know, winning is a habit. You know, if you can just have that mindset to go out there and just get the win, get the job done, you know, it becomes infectious, and everyone goes out with the same mindset, and it builds the confidence as well. You know, in the squad that you can just go out there and get the win.
But by the way, another thing as well, it'll be a great atmosphere the other night. It'll be a good experience for some of the younger players in the team, because we might be out of Europe, but we'll be back with a bang next season. Don't worry about that. We'll be back in Europe next season, and we want experience for these players, and it's going to get it tonight. It's a passionate ground, a passionate support, and a traditional football club.
I mean, they know what's at stake tonight. You know they need to win this game to get into the playoffs and skip the whole, or the round of 16 even, and skip the whole playoff round. So it's a massive night for them, for that club, and they're on a really good run of form. I think they've won like 55 out of last 57 points or something like that under this manager. So they are doing really well. So it's going to be a tough test. But again, like I said at the start of the show, it's about seeing how far we've come since the first games in Europe. Because, you know, make no mistake about it, we were very lucky to get even to the Club Brugge game, right? The Panathinaikos game, they battered us, and then they got the sending off, and then we managed to get through it. And again, in the away leg, we were very lucky. You know, we conceded a goal. We nearly conceded a second goal straight after, but then not long after that, Gassama came on and equalised and sort of put that game to bed. We were lucky. I think we conceded like 27 shots when we went to Pilsen away. You know, they could have brought that back. So we were
the luckiest Rangers person, the luckiest Rangers person in the whole world during that time was Sterling. Sterling never featured in it. He doesn't have to remember any of it. He basically came back as if it was a bad dream sort of thing. It was like one of the films that you watch, because in years to come, people say, was it really that bad? It pretty much was. It was bad on the park. It was bad off the park. The fans didn't like the manager. I don't really think most of the club officials liked the manager, and it didn't look like we were going to get rid of him. And then we had the guys behind the scenes, Patrick Stewart and things like that. And you thought this nightmare was never going to end, but how quickly has it ended?
Yeah,
it's it is incredible, mate.
And that's why it's massive kudos to Andrew Kavanagh, you know, and the board, making sure that that he did get rid of the people that needed to get rid of. Because even if you look at it now, right, you look at some of the signings that we made and potentially the profit that we could have made already on two signings that we are still, you know, the jury's still out on in terms of Gassama and Shimiti, we could have made a good profit on them already. So some might say, well, look at Kevin Thirlwell, he was proved right in the end, because he's made, you know, the player trading model is working, because you would have made a profit in 6 months on two players that at the start of the season you gave, well, one of them at least, in Shimiti, you gave no hope in hell that he would return anywhere near the 8 million. So, you know, but at the same time, he could never have stayed at the club from how bad the start of the season was, because
the fans it was a shit show.
There was a toxic atmosphere, and Andrew Kavanagh did exactly what he should have done and got rid of both of them and started afresh with a new manager and onwards and upwards. And you look how you know, Danny Roll has been working miracles, has got us into this position, get through today, no injuries, and put a good showing on for the travelling support.
It's all about the here and now. And I'm looking at that team, and there's no anybody in the team that really, maybe Giga, apart from him, there's nobody really that gives me the fear. Bomb scares. Most of the players they've all improved under Danny Rowe and his coaching staff. And even if we do get a down the night, the bottom line is the players are going to come back to Scottish football, and that's where our bread and butter is this season. But I think we'll make a good account of ourselves, and I'm quietly confident that it'll be a tight game. But that said, all due respect to Porto, because you said it, they've got to qualify. There's more in it for them, and that's a team of quality.
Yeah, it is, and it's just. But let's see how we react to that, you know, because they're going to have a lot of the ball. They're going to be coming at us. How are we going to stand up? It's a good test for these boys mentally. You know, how can you when the going gets tough? How do you react? And so that would be good for us to see what they can do tonight. And like you say, he's improved every single player in that team, and even Giga, right? Since he's come back from the AFCON, he didn't play a single minute there. Maybe he needed that break, but he's come back, and I feel like I'm more
I need
comfortable
to.
with him playing at the minute because he has not made an absolute arse of himself. So there's that's a positive, and let's hope he continues that tonight because Suter's back now from injury, but we can't rely on him between now and the end of the season. I don't feel like he's going to not get another injury in the next 3 months or 4 months or so. So we're going to need Jigger, so he better put in a performance and keep that going.
So before we go, mate, is there any comments came in you want to check for us?
Yeah, the one here for Mr. White. Pretty much
Scott White, how you doing, pal?
Get out of this game without any injuries, and it'll be a good night.
Yeah, that's what I said the other day. Just as long as nobody gets injured, we'll deal with the rest of it after the match, and we'll get on with it.
Yeah. And one from Jerry Wallace. The troops are all away over there. They'll enjoy themselves, but would rather win on Sunday. Right enough. Yeah, I think that's it. Just enjoy Porto for all the Bears out there, and hopefully the players put in a performance, but get back injury free, and then we all focus on Sunday. And Peter McCready says, "Good to see Curtis getting a start," and I'm happy he's getting a start because he absolutely deserves a start. And it'll be good to see how he can come up against this level of quality, and see if he can hold his own and see if he can look a threat the way he does when he comes up against players in Scottish football.
There's one thing I've learned about Curtis in the last few months. He's very professional for a young lad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, his attitude's spot on.
And that's why he's in and around the first team squad at a young age, because he has the mentality. Now it's just about allowing him to develop, and that is why I do want him to go out on loan, because I feel like that could do him the world of good, just playing minutes without the pressure of this title race for the remainder of the season, but there's definitely a bright future for that kid, and I hope it's going to be a long future at Rangers with plenty of titles.
Yeah, no, I agree with that, mate. So hopefully we get a result. I'll go for a prediction here of two each. Don't know why, but something's telling me 2 each. Fernandes to score the first goal.
Yeah, that's brave. I'm gonna go braver. I'm gonna go 3-2 Rangers.
I would love that. To be fair, I would love that. Yeah.
Right. They'll score first. We'll get a goal from a corner, and then we'll score. We'll shock them. They'll come at us for 20 minutes. They'll finally get a goal. They'll throw the kitchen sink at us, and we'll get one on the break. 3-2.
Come on, don't spoil it for everybody. They've not seen it yet.
I know. Hey, if that comes true, I'll be clipping that up. Right.
Yeah.
Real good. It's got about 18 minutes before the game kicks off.
No worries. I've got to find it. I've still got to get it on my channel here in the studio, and I've got a couple of wee jobs I want to do. I've been moving the studio a wee bit, as you can see. It's all good, mate. And we'll be back on after the game. We'll be back on no matter what the result is.
Yes. Win, lose or draw, mate.
That's the Glasgow Rangers story. Exactly. Speak later, guys.
Great. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please join us after the game where we react to Porto versus Rangers. Right. Enjoy all, and we'll see you later.